the hour now. Car crashes are the leading cause of death for teens.
And new video shows why the majority of them are getting into wrecks. This is actual video of what teen drivers were doing in the moments before a crash. AAA installed the cameras inside the cars of teen drivers and studied the seconds before and after 1,600 accidents. They found nearly 6 in 10 crashes happened because the drivers were distracted. Now listen to this, that's 4 times higher than data previously suggested.
One of the things that is not intuitive to a teenager is that when they do take their eyes off the road, that they need to bring back.
In New Mexico, about 1 in every 10 teen drivers gets into a crash each year. The state gives early drivers a provisional license for a year, which does not allow more than 1 underage passenger in a car unless they are family.
New details this morning in the investigation into a wild carjacking in the Heights this week. It was all over a cell phone. Police tell News 13, Donovan Bookout was angry that his father wouldn't activate his cell, so he grabbed a gun and chased his parents. When police arrived at the house, they say Bookout ran, then took a woman's brand new SUV. And police say it all came to an end when Bookout hit a car, another one near Louisiana and Montgomery on Monday. He also hit a power pole and caused a major power outage, authorities say. Nobody was hurt. Bookout is now behind bars.
A man pled guilty to 47 different counts after going on a Denver crime spree with a 17-year-old Albuquerque girl. Police say they tried to pull over Christopher Sullivan last July. He committed several carjackings and burglaries, all at gunpoint, trying to outrun police. Sullivan told police he met the girl in Albuquerque on the website Backpage.com and paid her for sex. Sullivan faces up to 85 years in prison when he's sentenced next month. The teen, who was not being named, is also facing several charges. It's now 5:03. A new city. The debate continues today over a proposed development west of Albuquerque.
Santolina would be home to 90,000 people. While some have come out in support of the plan, many residents in existing communities are concerned they won't have access to one vital resource. News 13's Catherine Mazzone is in the Newsplex with more on that. Catherine?
Good morning, Adam. Now, at a time when many are pushing for a more affordable housing in Albuquerque, developers are hoping nearly 14,000 acres of the Southwest Mesa will help with the city's growing population.
According to the Middle Rio Grande Council of Governments, by 2040, the Albuquerque-Bernalillo County area will be home to in excess of 300,000 people that are coming. And so we need resources where we can have all of these new residents live.
Now check out the plan. Santolina would sit along I-40 between Atrisco Heritage High and the main jail along Central. The new development would be home to its own business parks and town centers. That's in addition to residential neighborhoods. But some people in the South Valley believe the development will drain the community of one necessity, water. They say Santolina could use up to 20 million gallons a day.
I don't know where this magical water is going to come from. We're in extreme drought right now.
Representatives have said that's a legitimate concern, but tell us the Water Authority has assured them there is water available. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much. The plans go before the commission today. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll tell you what commissioners have to say about that project.
On to this, New Mexico's National Laboratory could be in for more money if Senator Tom Udall and Martin Heinrich have their way. The pair is introducing a new bill on Capitol Hill that would bring New Mexico's national laboratories more money for research. The measure increases the maximum percentage of funds available from 6% to 10% and would directly affect the Los Alamos National Lab and Sandia National Labs. Udall says the added funds will attract more talent to New Mexico, ensuring the future of the labs.
Now to this, and Santa Fe County commissioners are giving the green light for 2 new solar farms that will generate 15 megawatts of power. Both installations are PNM's first in the county. One of the sites is located south of the New Mexico Guard facility off I-25's East Frontage Road. It will be the largest in the county with about 40,000 solar panels tracking the sun's movement from east to west. The other is located north of New Mexico 599 off of Caja del Rio Road. If you've been needing to get rid of some of your old electronics, listen up, you can now recycle them. Albuquerque Recycling Inc. is partnering with the El Dorado High Eagle Earth and Reality Project this Saturday. They will be accepting all of your unwanted electronics. The event runs from 10 to 1 in the east parking lot of El Dorado High. Some of the items you can recycle are computers, printers, even phones. For a full list of items, we posted a link on our website, KRQE.com.
Time now 5:06. A horse with the chance of making it all the way to the Kentucky Derby has New Mexico ties.
Materiality has taken the lead, taken charge here, and is pulling away.
Materiality, a 3-year-old colt owned by Gil Mutre and Eddie Harrell of New Mexico, will be racing Saturday in the Florida Derby, hoping to make it to the Kentucky Derby. They teamed up with leading trainer Todd Pletcher, whose stable is loaded with Kentucky Derby winners. The horse, owned by the two Roswell residents, won the 2009, or it did win the 2009 Kentucky Derby at 50-1 odds. So there's a chance.
Yeah, good luck to them.
We'll be watching. New this morning, San Francisco police are calling a reported abduction nothing but a wild goose chase.
Yeah, listen to this. Police say Denise Huskins' boyfriend reported her missing from his house on Monday. Then came a demand for $8,500 and this proof of life tape.
My name is Denise Huskins. I'm kidnapped. Otherwise, fine.
So police say Huskins randomly turned up at her parents' house yesterday morning. They say they have not found any evidence to support Huskins or her boyfriend's claims of a kidnapping.
New developments this morning in the jetliner crash in the French Alps. The New York Times is reporting a senior military official told them one of the pilots was locked out of the cockpit before the plane went down. The Times says increasingly strong knocking is heard on the voice recorder, but the door never opens. 150 people were killed in that crash, including 3 Americans. A U.S. contractor from Virginia and her daughter were on that flight.
Okay, Dave, look at this incredible video this morning. Out of Brazil, shot by a bystander on Monday. Raging floodwaters in the northern state of Pará had eroded and weakened the rural roadways. You can see, here is the bus. It gets stuck in a hole in a collapsed road, only to eventually fall in and get carried away by floodwaters. Fortunately, get this, everybody who was on board that bus escaped just seconds before the bus went down.
I don't want to get much further away than where they're standing
yeah.
with the video camera. Wow.
Just imagine, though, the quick reaction to say, okay, we're not in a good situation. Everybody.
Right now, a deadly crash victim's niece wants to know why the suspect didn't stop running from police.
I just would like to know why. Why didn't he care that he hurt somebody?
Yadira Varela watched lapel video from Albuquerque police officers. It shows an officer pull over Eufemiano Herrera for speeding on I-40 Sunday afternoon. Then that Nissan takes off. Less than a minute later, police say Herrera crashed into a family's SUV, killing Oscar Almeida Sr. and sending his family members to the hospital. When police caught up with Herrera, he repeatedly denies causing that crash.
Are you the one that wrecked the car? Be honest with me. Are you the one that wrecked the car?
He has no idea how bad he has impacted our lives and how many lives he's ruined.
Oscar Jr. and his girlfriend, who were also in the vehicle, are now out of the hospital. Oscar Jr.'s mother is still there and just had surgery. The family has set up an account to help with medical bills. You can find details on that on our website right now, KRQE.com.
Getting a get-out-of-jail card anytime soon. News 13 has learned that a parole board voted unanimously and denied parole again for Joel Lee Compton. He shot and killed APD officer Gerald Klein in 1983 at the Tewa Motor Lodge on Central. Now, Compton was sentenced to death, but the governor at the time, Tony Anaya, commuted his sentence to life in prison. This is the second time the board has denied Compton's parole. He can request another parole hearing in 2 years.
Developing now, the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office says an armed teenager suspected of murder could be hiding out in Santa Fe. Harlan Pierce is accused of killing his own father. The Sheriff's Office says the 18-year-old used to live in Santa Fe and still has friends there. No other details about his father's death have been released, only that it happened in Fort Davis, about 200 miles southwest of El Paso. Law enforcement says Pierce might be driving a blue Volkswagen with the New Mexico license plate JLN715. If you have any information, you are asked to call police. It would be home to 90,000 people. The discussion over a proposed community southwest of Albuquerque continues today.
Yeah, Santa Elena would span nearly 14,000 acres in the southwest Mesa. But some residents nearby are concerned there won't be enough water to go around, and they're outraged some lawmakers are standing by the development. News 13's Catherine Nazone is in the Newsplex with the details. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning, Crystal. Now, they claim the project could use close to 20 million gallons of water a day. But representatives with the development say the water is there and that Santa Lena could help provide more affordable housing for Albuquerque's residents.
Santa Lena gives the county an opportunity to provide more opportunities, more choice for the citizens of this community.
Look at the plan. Santa Lena would sit along I-40, spanning from Atrisco Heritage High to the main jail along Central. Along with residential neighborhoods, the new community would boast business parks and town centers. Yet some residents in neighboring communities say they're concerned there won't be enough water to go around, and they're not happy with where some commissioners stand. Commissioner Art de la Cruz came out in support of the development just days ago in an Albuquerque Journal op-ed.
No, I absolutely do not see anything wrong with it. I think that as a county commissioner, I should let people know where I stand on issues.
Mr. de la Cruz's position offends me greatly.
Now, developers say the community will create 38,000 homes and 75,000 jobs. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Catherine. Now, commissioners are set to make a decision today at the meeting.
This morning, New Mexico's high school graduation rate is improving. According to the Albuquerque Journal, there was a 7-point improvement between 2011 and 2013. That was among 4-year rates. The state went from 63% to 70% in 2013. However, the state still trails the national average of 81% for that year. Education Secretary Hannah Scandera says New Mexico has to do better, adding 3 out of every 10 students who enroll still do not graduate from high school. It appears hundreds of jobs that the city of Belen thought were coming in won't be after all. Global Fashion Technologies announced last fall it was going to move its headquarters and manufacturing to the old Solo Cup factory. The company takes clothing scraps and makes them into new clothes. It was supposed to open next month and bring 300 jobs with it. But according to the news bulletin, the company has not been able to complete the purchase of the building. There are reportedly other partners trying to help with that purchase, but the project is off for now. Developing right now, the U.S. Army sergeant who was held captive by the Taliban for 5 years could now be facing prison time here at home.
Yeah, Bo Bergdahl is facing desertion and misbehavior before the enemy charges, all filed yesterday. Now his former unit members are speaking out, saying Bergdahl's alleged desertion cost the U.S. in Afghanistan.
Everyone in the entire country was diverted to go and look for Bergdahl. And I think that that was one of those moments when we were in the surge, when we should have been concentrating our efforts on getting Afghan stable again, and then we had to go do something else instead. And I feel like that destabilized things.
So if convicted, he could face up to life in prison. Now, we all know smoking while pregnant is bad, but a new research study is showing exactly what it does to fetuses.
Yeah, doctors at Durham University looked at 20 mothers. 16 were non-smokers, 4 smoked. They did scans on all of the mothers throughout their pregnancy, and they found the babies of the mothers who smoked touched their faces and moved their mouths more often. Here's the deal. Doctors say that can be a sign of delayed development. The doctors say they're hoping to use the scan video to actually show mothers the dangers of smoking while pregnant. Some scary video out of Oklahoma this morning. Watch what happens on dash cam. Corporal Brad Roberts says he was chasing a speeding suspect in Oklahoma when this happened. His car flipped over, and it happened right off an exit ramp.
I wanted to get out because I was afraid. The first thing that was going is I was afraid the vehicle might catch on fire.
Well, somebody stepped in the nick of time. A good Samaritan saw him and broke open the window to pull him out. Police are still looking for the guy he was chasing in the first place.
Unbelievable that he really was not injured in that crash. Take a look at his vehicle right there.
I know, it's mangled. Wow.
Time now is 5:38.